So I got early access and a chance to test Google's new search AI called GSE. This is going to be rolling out a little bit at the end of this year and coming full throttle some point next year into the future for all Google users. Now, I'm going to share my thoughts with you on what it's going to do for Google search and for publishers, for websites. Is it going to destroy the web traffic? Is it going to decrease it slightly? Could it even increase it? I'm going to give you all my ideas just based on what I'm seeing. Keep in mind, no one has the actual answers. I'm hearing and listening to a lot of smart people and hearing what their ideas are, and people have some really good thoughts and ideas, but just keep in mind, no one actually knows until it actually rolls out, happens, and we have real data to see what happens to search traffic. All right, you ready? Let's get going.
I'ma make them talk like whoa. Move fast, move slow.
Now, I'm not going to bog you down into a ton of searches right in front of you. I actually went live on YouTube and did a 30 or 40 minutes of just kind of different searches and talking through and giving my thoughts there. So I'll link to that so you can go and watch that and skip through it and just kind of see what it's all about and what it looks like, what it's like. But I just want to share some of my thoughts with you. So some of my initial thoughts are, is it plagiarizing? Are publishers just going to turn off the robot.txt and not allow the search engine to get information from the publisher's pages? And are other search engines going to gain market share on Google because of this? So I've heard some of my friends in the space talking about Google clearly, like literally paraphrasing, like plagiarizing websites and not necessarily linking to them or giving them credit. I don't have clear thoughts on this. I don't know what they're going to do. The LLM model, or how that works, large language models, is it's literally predictive text. So there's going to be legal court cases for sure. I know there's some right now. I can't like point out what the cases are. I know there's cases right now going in for about copyright issues and how the LLMs work, large language models. I don't know what the result of that's going to be, right? Is the machine using other data, but it used all the data to now just become its own self-fulfilling prophecy and predicting what's next. So that's kind of a side topic. I don't know how I feel about the plagiarism part. I will say for sure, if Google is using direct content that it's pulling direct from a website, then I don't know why they wouldn't cite the source. By all means, they should. And I think they'll be in a tiff. They're going to be in a big battle, especially Europe, Google. Europe will get you. Watch out. All right, the second point that's kind of interesting. Will publishers in the future, if they're not getting traffic or they feel kind of screwed by Google, will they just turn off the ability for Google to crawl and index their content? Yeah, very possible. It's very possible that a lot of publishers may unite in the future and create some like coalitions and things like this. I don't know. That's kind of exciting, actually, in a weird way to say, hey, what's going to happen? You have sites like Quora who have incredible databases of content themselves. Are they're gonna create their own LLM, and how is that gonna large language model, again, just to point that out, and how is that gonna work? How is that gonna interact? Are they gonna become their own search engine because they have so much data, right? How are they gonna play with Google in the future with AI? How's all this gonna work? Reddit is another one. I'm gonna get in a second to what I thought was the most interesting aspect about the searches that I did, but the third point that I brought up a little while ago, and I'll bring it up one more time, is are other search engines gonna gain market share because of this, right? So Bing's playing hardball, right? Bing has brought up using OpenAI's technology in their search. So are they actually going to gain market share on Google? Google, who has more than 90% of the search market share. Are there going to be new search engines that are developed that become kind of the savior if Google chooses to use lots of AI? Is some other tech company going to develop a process, or some other companies get together and combine power and be like the human search engine, that's like not AI, where people don't trust the results from Google? All right, so let's get into the interesting stuff. Let's talk about, are we going to lose traffic? For sure. I don't see how we couldn't lose traffic. I mean, the searches are going to get pushed down the field. You have AI that's generating you information. If you get what you need, you don't need to go to visit any website. Now, they do give you they give you a couple of options. And also what I've seen is that if it's beginning to generate an answer, you can just scroll right down the page and it stops working. Let me actually show you an example of how that looks. All right, so if we come over and we give the search, so we just click a search. If I scroll through while the AI is generating its answer, it will stop. And so it doesn't push these results down. That's actually our website. It instead stops. It doesn't force you to look at the AI answer. Okay. Now, when we get to that, what was that, solo trip? Best place to take a solo trip. If I don't scroll down, then it's going to give the AI information, which is, okay, Thailand. Thailand, Iceland, New Zealand. Oh, I was in New Zealand before for over a year. Love that. Now you have these three different options where you may, oh, okay, well, I may want to go click these. I may want to ask a follow-up question. I may want to keep scrolling and go to some of these websites. But here's the piece that I found interesting. And I don't know if anyone's kind of said this before, but what I found interesting is that, well, if I choose to say, oh, wait, but like, how can I travel alone and have fun? That's cool. So I get some more information. Oh, okay, here's some stuff I can do. Oh, maybe I want to go to one of these websites. Oh, that's cool. Wait, is it awkward to travel alone? Yeah, I mean, probably, but maybe not. Yeah, it can feel awkward. Okay. However, it can be a great experience. Oh, okay, cool. And then maybe I want to go, wait a minute, why traveling is a Quora result? How cool is that? And then maybe what I want to do is visit this. Now notice my first result, my first question was, hey, what are the best places to take a solo trip? And then, but I ended up on an article about why traveling alone the best impulse decision I ever made. I think that is really interesting. I think it leads potentially to a rabbit hole of searching. And that's just one thing where when I did the hour of searching, most of my searches didn't do that. I was just kind of looking and feeling. But then I found one of those questions to be intriguing. So if Google can do that and keep those questions intriguing and get you to press those and keep you on the search engine, eventually you'll leave. But then they'll also find a way to get some sort of ad in front of you, right? Which is how they make money. But what if you're the website that's not the original search of the person? What if your website is the one that's the rabbit hole search? Like, could it lead to more website traffic in the future? I think it's possible. And so that's one of the interesting thoughts. So that's just like one of the thoughts that I'm having about search. If you guys have been able to test it, I want to know what you're seeing. What are your thoughts? What are you using it? Are you just skipping it? Like, what's going on with you? And man, it's a wild world. Let's see how it goes. Talk to you soon. Peace.